Are you ready to destroy everything you thought you knew about achieving goals? Sometimes, what seems most important is actually just a shadow. What we strive for doesn't always bring happiness. In this video, you will discover how one simple truth can completely change your understanding of success. This video is a revelation born from the depths of Nietzsche's philosophy, and it is destined to be a guiding star for those bold enough to see the world in its true essence. It will open the way for those who seek philosophy or wish to find it within themselves. Well, let's get started. You stand at the precipice of your dream, gazing into the abyss of possibility. But before you leap, ask yourself, what force drives you toward this vision? Is it a fleeting whim, a borrowed ambition, or the deep, unyielding hunger of your soul? If your dream does not burn with the intensity of a star, it will falter at the first shadow of doubt. The path to greatness does not welcome the lukewarm or the uncertain. It demands a purpose so profound that it eclipses your fears. Your why must be a beacon, not a mere flicker in the darkness. Feel the weight of this truth. A dream without meaning is a hollow thing, a fragile vessel that shatters against the rocks of adversity. But when your dream is tethered to the core of your being, it becomes an unbreakable anchor. It steadies you in storms, propels you through trials, and transforms obstacles into stepping stones. There will be moments when the world conspires to crush you, when every voice whispers that it's time to give up. In those moments, your purpose will be your salvation. It will rise within you like a war cry, silencing the doubts and igniting the courage to keep going. Do not chase dreams for applause, for envy, or for the fleeting thrill of victory. Such pursuits are the domain of the weary and the lost. Instead, let your dream be born of necessity, a calling that you cannot ignore. Let it be the essence of who you are, the manifestation of all you must become. And so, I ask not if you can achieve your dream. I ask if you are willing to endure the sacrifices it demands. If your dream is not worth the pain, the struggle, and the transformation, then it is not truly yours. Listen to the voice within, the one that whispers truths too profound for words. It knows why you are here, what you must do, and who you must become. It knows the fire beneath your desire. Will you let it consume you, or will you let it fade into ashes? The enemy within. There is a shadow that walks with you, silent and patient, waiting for moments of weakness to seize control. This enemy is not out there in the world. It is within you, nestled deep in your mind, cloaked in the guise of comfort, logic, or fear. It whispers to you in moments of hesitation, telling you to rest when you should fight, to doubt when you must believe, to abandon the path when it grows steep. You have met this enemy before. It wears many faces: the seductive call of laziness, the cold grip of fear, the insidious voice of self-doubt. It is cunning, for it knows your insecurities better than anyone else. It knows how to weave excuses so convincing that you mistake them for truth. But do not be deceived. This is not your ally, it is your captor. If you are to achieve anything of worth, you must name this enemy and declare war upon it. No battle you face in the external world will ever rival the war you must wage within. To defeat this adversary, you must first understand its nature. It thrives on your complacency, grows stronger when you hesitate, and feeds on the moments when you falter. But here is the paradox. This enemy is also your greatest gift. It is a mirror that reflects your weaknesses, a forge that tempers your will, and a rival that sharpens your edge. Do not seek to destroy it outright. Instead, confront it as a worthy opponent. Wrestle with it, learn from its strategies, and use its resistance to grow stronger. Every time you rise from the grip of laziness, every time you push through the paralysis of fear, every time you silence the voice of doubt, you deliver a blow to this enemy. And with each victory, you become something greater. You evolve, not despite this struggle, but because of it. Imagine yourself standing triumphant, not because the journey was easy, but because you were relentless. That image is not a fantasy. It is your destiny if you choose to embrace the conflict. The enemy within is not your downfall. It is your crucible, so rise. Arm yourself with discipline, courage, and an unyielding belief in your purpose. The battle will not be easy. It was never meant to be. But it is within this struggle that you will find the strength to become what you are meant to be. The enemy within may be powerful, but it will never be stronger than the fire that burns in your soul. You look up to those who have climbed the highest peaks, imagining their journey as a straight ascent, a path marked only by triumph and glory. But this vision is a lie, born from the glitter of their victories and the silence around their struggles. True greatness is not built on success alone. It is forged in the fires of failure, tempered by the weight of mistakes, and sharpened by the lessons only pain can teach. Those who stand atop the summit did not avoid missteps. They embraced them. Every fall, every wrong turn, every shattered expectation was a step forward, not a retreat. They bled for their wisdom, and it is this wisdom, not their medals or accolades, that you must seek. Their mistakes are the treasure, maps that reveal the pitfalls you might never have anticipated. Ignore them, and you will stumble blindly into the same traps. But do not be fooled into thinking this is a simple act of imitation. To learn from those on the summit is not to mimic their every move, for their path was uniquely theirs, just as yours will be uniquely yours. Instead, you must study their resilience, their capacity to adapt, their ability to rise when the world demanded they kneel. Look closely and you will see the scars they carry. These scars are not marks of shame, but badges of honor, reminders of battles fought and lessons learned. They speak of sleepless nights, of risks taken when the odds were against them, of dreams pursued when the world called them fools. Do not envy their crowns. Understand the price they paid to wear them, and then turn inward. Use their stories as a lens through which to examine your own journey. What will your scars teach you? What mistakes will you embrace rather than fear? The ones who reach the summit are not gods. They are human. Their greatness lies not in their perfection, but in their determination to grow through imperfection. The path to your own summit will not be a straight line. It will twist and turn, crumble beneath your feet and demand more than you ever thought you could give. But if you learn to see failure as a stepping stone, if you absorb the lessons hidden in the struggles of others, you will find yourself becoming something greater with each step. So do not climb blindly. Seek the wisdom of those who have fallen and risen before you. Their mistakes will light your way, and their struggles will remind you that every misstep is a chance to rise stronger. The summit is not reserved for the flawless. It is the reward for those who dare to learn, to grow, and to endure. In this vast and chaotic world, filled with endless possibilities and distractions, there is a quiet truth that many refuse to see. You cannot have it all. To chase everything is to catch nothing. The brilliance of your potential fades the moment it is scattered among too many pursuits, like a flame divided into 1,000 flickering sparks, none strong enough to burn. The path to greatness demands sacrifice, and that sacrifice begins with choice. One dream, singular, powerful, all-consuming, must rise above the rest. It is not an easy decision, for in choosing one, you must let others die. But therein lies the power. A singular focus is not a limitation, it is liberation. It allows you to pour your entire being into something so vast, so profound, that it transforms you in the pursuit. Picture a river, wild and untamed, flowing in all directions. It is beautiful, yes, but it lacks purpose. Now imagine that same river channeled, its waters given direction, its force turned into energy. It becomes unstoppable, carving mountains and shaping worlds. Such is the power of a focused life. Do not let the fear of missed opportunities paralyze you. To choose one dream is not to diminish yourself, but to amplify your essence. It is to declare to the universe, "This is who I am. This is what I will become." And in that declaration, you summon a force greater than luck, greater than chance. You summon the will to endure, but be warned, this choice comes at a cost. The moment you commit to one path, you will hear the siren songs of others. They will tempt you, whispering of easier roads and quicker rewards. Resist them. Stay true to the dream that calls to you, the one that keeps you awake at night, that ignites a fire in your chest. For that dream is not just a goal, it is a mirror, reflecting the truest version of yourself. The world will try to pull you in every direction, to dilute your focus, to rob you of your power. Do not let it. Choose your dream and let that choice define you. Let it consume your thoughts, your actions, your very being, until nothing remains but the inevitability of its realization. You cannot do everything, and that is your greatest gift. You are not meant to be everything. You are meant to be extraordinary in one thing. The question is not what you will choose, but whether you will have the courage to choose at all. In the relentless pursuit of greatness, we are often blinded by the horizon, fixated on a grand triumph that seems always out of reach. But what if I told you the true power lies not in the summit, but in every small step you take along the way? The world may not applaud your quiet victories, but they are the foundation of everything you seek to become. Every small triumph is a spark, a glimmer of light in the darkness that surrounds the journey. Yet so many dismiss these moments, rushing past them in their hunger for something greater. They fail to see that greatness itself is woven from these threads of small successes. The grand triumph you envision is not a singular moment of glory. It is the culmination of every time you chose to act when it would have been easier to remain idle, every time you moved forward when doubt clawed at your heels. Celebrate these moments, for they are not trivial. To rise an hour earlier, to resist the comfort of excuses, to take one more step when your legs beg you to stop. These are victories. They may seem small, but each one is a declaration of war against mediocrity. They are proof that you are not just dreaming of a better life. You are building it. Do not wait for the world to crown you before you allow yourself to feel joy. The applause of others is fleeting, but the satisfaction of knowing you are progressing is eternal. To celebrate your small victories is not to settle for less. It is to fuel the fire that will carry you forward. It is to recognize that success is not a destination but a journey, and every step is sacred. Think of the oak tree, mighty and unyielding. It does not grow in leaps and bounds, but in slow, steady increments, its strength accumulating over time. It celebrates the rain that falls today, the sunlight that touches its leaves, the soil that cradles its roots. It knows that these small gifts, embraced daily, will make it indomitable. So too must you honor your progress. Every small victory is a reminder that you are capable, that you are moving, that you are alive in the pursuit of something meaningful. Let each one be a moment of triumph, a pause to acknowledge your growth, and a source of renewed energy to press on. Do not let the scale of your victories dictate their importance. The universe does not measure progress in grand gestures. It measures it in persistence, resilience, and the quiet, relentless march forward. Celebrate the small victories, for in them lies the strength to achieve the impossible. You crave greatness, yet you cling to illusions, soft, comforting lies that whisper the path will be smooth, the climb gentle, the rewards quick and abundant. These illusions are poison. They lull you into complacency, only to betray you when the road becomes steep and the weight unbearable. If you wish to rise, you must first destroy these illusions. Your path will be hard, This is not a warning, it is a promise. Accept it now, not as a burden, but as the price of transformation. For nothing of worth has ever been built without struggle. The universe does not grant its treasures freely. It demands that you prove yourself worthy of them through sweat, through sacrifice, through pain. Do not fear this truth. Fear, instead, the emptiness of a life lived without challenge, without the fire of adversity to forge you into something greater. The easy road is a hollow one, where dreams decay and potential dies in silence. It is the difficult path, the one littered with obstacles and trials, that shapes you into the person capable of claiming the destiny you seek. When you embrace the difficulty of your journey, you take its power away. The struggle no longer surprises you, no longer disheartens you. It becomes a companion, a relentless teacher guiding you towards strength, resilience, and wisdom. Each challenge is no longer an enemy, but a test. Each failure not an end, but a lesson. There is beauty in this struggle, though it may not reveal itself immediately. It lies in the transformation, in the quiet realization that you are no longer the person who began this journey. The illusions you once held have burned away, leaving behind clarity and purpose. You see the path for what it is, not a punishment, but a proving ground. Rid yourself of the illusion that the world owes you ease or success. It owes you nothing, but that is your liberation. For when you accept that the road is hard, you also accept that it is yours. Every step, every fall, every triumph, it belongs to you alone. No one can take it away. So strip yourself of illusions and step into the truth. It will not make the journey easier, but it will make it real. And when you reach the summit, you will stand not as one who stumbled upon greatness by chance, but as one who earned it step by grueling step. You will look back on the pain, the struggle, the countless moments when you wanted to quit, and you will smile. For in those moments, you found yourself. Your days are not merely moments strung together by chance. They are the building blocks of your destiny, and within each one lies the opportunity to create something extraordinary, or to let it slip into nothingness. The difference is not in the passage of time, but in the rituals you choose to weave into its fabric. A ritual is more than a habit. It is a declaration. It is a sacred act that transforms the mundane into the meaningful, the chaotic into the purposeful. To wake each morning and ask yourself, "What will I do for my dream today?" is not a simple question. It is an invocation. It is a summoning of your will, a reminder that your life is not a passive existence, but an active creation. This ritual anchors you. It forces you to confront your choices, to take responsibility for your progress, or lack thereof. It burns away excuses and demands clarity. For in that single question lies an unspoken truth. If you do not act today, you are betraying your dream. Imagine the power of this moment, repeated every day. It is not the question itself that changes you, but the relentless commitment to answering it. Over time, this ritual becomes a compass, guiding you through doubt, distraction, and despair. It sharpens your focus, aligns your actions with your purpose, and reminds you that greatness is not achieved in sweeping gestures, but in the quiet, consistent dedication to your vision. But rituals are not merely tools. They are acts of rebellion. To create a ritual is to wrest control from a world that seeks to scatter your attention, to drown you in noise, to dull your ambition. It is to say, "This moment is mine, my life is mine, my dream is worth this effort." Do not underestimate the power of this daily act. It is a small flame, yes, but one that grows brighter with each repetition until it becomes an unquenchable fire. And as the days turn to weeks, the weeks to months, you will begin to see the transformation. The distance between where you are And where you wish to be will shrink, not by chance but by design. This is the essence of ritual, not to wait for inspiration or motivation, but to summon it, to create it, to live it. To ask yourself each morning, what will I do for my dream today, is not a burden, it is a privilege. It is the reminder that you are alive, that you are capable, that you are the architect of your own future. Embrace this ritual, make it yours, and watch as it turns the ordinary into the extraordinary, one day at a time. There is a lie that many believe, that inspiration is the spark that ignites greatness. They wait for it, hoping that one day, in a moment of divine grace, the fire will suddenly light within them, and they will know exactly what to do. But this lie holds them captive, chaining them to a life of inaction, of endless waiting. The truth is far harsher and far more liberating. Inspiration does not come to the idle. It comes only to those who are already moving, already engaging with the world, already fighting for what they believe in. It is not a gift bestowed upon the passive. It is a force that emerges from the very struggle itself. You will not find motivation sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the stars to align. It will not appear to you when you are comfortable, when you are safe, when you are still. It will arrive only when you take the first step, when you dare to act without the assurance of success, when you push forward despite the uncertainty. It is in the act of creating, of laboring, of failing and rising again that motivation is born. To wait for inspiration is to deny yourself the power of your own will. It is to believe that greatness is something that happens to you, not something that you must build with your own hands. But the moment you begin, the moment you commit to the work, motivation follows like a shadow, growing larger and stronger with every effort. Inspiration is not a prelude to action. It is the reward of persistence. Do not wait for the muse to visit you in a moment of quiet solitude. It is in the chaos, the sweat, the struggle, and the noise of the journey that inspiration finds you. And when it does, it will be more powerful than anything you could have ever imagined, because it will be the product of your own relentless effort. So step forward, start the work now, without waiting for the stars to align or the heavens to bless you. The road will be hard, the path unclear, but with every step, motivation will be born. The more you work, the more you will find that inspiration does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who are already in motion, carving their way through the world. Do not wait for inspiration. Become it. In a world that demands your attention at every turn, where every voice clamors for your time, your energy, your soul, there exists a radical act of self-possession, the act of saying no. To say no is not merely to refuse, it is to declare that you are the master of your own destiny. It is to recognize that your time, your focus, your very life is the most precious resource you possess, and you will not allow it to be squandered. You are surrounded by distractions, by temptations, by 1,000 things that seem urgent but are ultimately meaningless. The world will ask you to chase after everything, to spread yourself thin, to drown in the noise. It will tell you that success is about accumulating more opportunities, more connections, more experiences. But the truth is that success is about eliminating what does not serve your vision. The path to greatness is carved not by what you take on, but by what you release. When you learn to say no, you draw a line in the sand. You declare that not everything is worth your attention, not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and not every invitation is worth accepting. You begin to recognize that your dream is sacred, and you will not allow it to be diluted by the irrelevant and the trivial. Saying no is an act of courage, for it goes against the grain of a world that constantly pushes you to do more, to be more, to have more. But in truth, it is not the abundance of tasks that makes you powerful. It is the clarity of purpose. You must learn to strip away the excess, to focus on what truly matters, to invest your energy in that which moves you toward your dream, and nothing else. It is easy to be seduced by the promise of instant gratification, by the lure of things that seem important in the moment. But in the end, they are distractions, illusions that keep you from the true work. To say no is to embrace the discomfort of discipline, to stand firm in the face of temptation, to choose long-term greatness over short-term pleasure. Do not let the world define your priorities. Let your dream define them. Every time you say no, you reinforce your commitment to what truly matters. Every time you reject the unimportant, you make space for the extraordinary. So say no. Say no to the distractions. Say no to the noise. Say no to the things that pull you away from your purpose. And in that no, you will find the power to say yes to your dream with unwavering commitment and undivided focus. You fear mistakes. You shrink from failure, as if it were a judgment on your worth, a mark that cannot be erased. But in truth, mistakes are not your enemy. They are the crucible in which greatness is forged. To fear mistakes is to fear life itself, for in every error lies the potential for transformation. If you have never made a mistake, you have never truly lived. You have never ventured beyond the comfortable bounds of the familiar, never dared to push your limits, never taken the risks that lead to growth. For growth is not a straight line. It is a jagged path full of missteps, falls, and moments of doubt. These are the moments that teach you, that shape you, that transform you into something greater than you were before. Mistakes are not proof of failure. They are evidence of courage. They signal that you dared to try, that you reached beyond your grasp, that you sought something more. To make a mistake is to acknowledge that you are alive, that you are engaged in the process of becoming. It is the price of progress, the inevitable companion of anyone who strives to achieve something meaningful. Do not punish yourself for your mistakes. Do not hide from them as if they were shameful. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them propel you forward. The greatest minds in history were not those who avoided mistakes, but those who made them, learned from them, and used them as stepping stones on their journey to greatness. They understood that each misstep was not a failure, but a lesson. You do not grow by playing it safe. You do not evolve by staying in the comfort of what you already know. To grow is to risk, to stumble, to falter, to face the unknown, and to rise again and again from the ashes of your mistakes. Let your mistakes be your guide. Let them show you where you are weak, where you are blind, where you need to improve. And with each lesson learned, you will find yourself becoming stronger, wiser, more capable of achieving the dream you have set for yourself. If you are not making mistakes, you are not pushing hard enough. You are not reaching far enough. You are not living the life that is meant for you. So embrace the mistakes, welcome them, for they are the fire that will forge you into the person you were always meant to be. In a world brimming with voices, each one clamoring for your attention, each one offering advice, solutions, and directions, it becomes all too easy to lose sight of the one voice that truly matters, your own. The world will tell you what you should do, how you should think, what you should want. But these are not the whispers of wisdom. They are the distractions of a world that seeks to shape you in its image. There is a voice within you, deeper than the noise, more profound than the clamor of the external world. It is the voice of your soul, the voice of your deepest truth. It speaks not in loud commands, but in quiet whispers, urging you towards something that only you can understand, something that is uniquely yours. You may seek advice from others, and it may be wise, it may be helpful, but do not forget that their experiences are not yours. Their path is not your path. Their truth is not your truth. They can show you directions, but they cannot walk your journey for you. Only you know what you truly need to become the person you are meant to be. The journey to greatness is a solitary one. It is a path forged through the fire of your own experiences, your own desires, your own vision. And the only way to navigate this path with clarity is to listen to your inner voice. It is tempting to follow the crowd, to seek comfort in the advice of others, to let their words shape your decisions. But in doing so, you surrender your power. You give away your freedom to choose, your right to create your own path. The truth that lies within you is far more powerful than any external influence. It is the wellspring of your strength, your courage, your creativity. When you listen to your inner voice, you hear the call of your true self. You hear the whisper of your purpose, the echo of your potential. And in that moment, you are reminded that you are not lost, not confused, not directionless. You are exactly where you need to be, and you already possess everything you need to move forward. Trust yourself. Trust the voice that resides within you. It is not always loud, but it is always true. It will not lead you astray, for it knows the path that will bring you to your destiny. The world can offer you countless opinions, but none will resonate with you as deeply as the voice that speaks from within. Let it guide you. Let it lead you to greatness. For in the end, it is only by listening to your inner voice that you will find the strength to live the life that is truly yours. The world around you is not a mere backdrop to your life. It is the very soil from which your dreams will grow or wither away. The people you choose to surround yourself with are the winds that either lift you higher or hold you down. You have the power, the sacred responsibility, to curate the environment that will nurture your ambition, your vision, your soul. Too often, we allow ourselves to be influenced by those who drain us, those who tether us to mediocrity, those who speak only of limitations and fear. They are like shadows, looming over our potential, casting doubt on our every step. They will tell you that your dreams are too big, too impossible, too daring. They will fill your mind with the poison of their own insecurities, and in doing so they will attempt to rob you of your spark. But you are not bound to them. You are not obligated to walk their path or adopt their view of the world. The true power lies in your ability to create an environment that breeds inspiration. One where those around you lift you up, challenge you to grow, and push you toward the greatness that you know is within you. Surround yourself with those who live with purpose, who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. Be in the presence of those who are bold, who are unafraid of failure, who chase their dreams relentlessly. Let their passion ignite your own. Let their vision expand the limits of your own. These are the people who will not only inspire you, but will hold you accountable to your highest potential. But it is not just the people. It is the space you inhabit, the energy you allow to permeate your life. You must cultivate a space that reflects the greatness you seek, a space that echoes your dreams. Whether in your physical environment, the ideas you expose yourself to, or the media you consume, everything must align with your vision. Your surroundings should serve as a constant reminder of who you are becoming and what you are capable of. The world will try to pull you in countless directions, but you must resist. You must choose your company wisely, not based on comfort or convenience, but on the fire they carry within them, the fire that will light your own. Create the environment where you can thrive. Seek out those who challenge you, who inspire you, who force you to confront your limitations and rise above them. Reject the toxicity of those who seek only to bring you down, who would rather see you conform than break free. Your dream environment is the fertile ground in which your soul can flourish. Cultivate it wisely, and you will find that the right people, the right spaces, the right energy will propel you toward your highest self. Let the winds of inspiration carry you, and let your dreams bloom in the light of those who believe in their own. You are trapped by your own limits, shackled by the smallness of your dreams. You may reach for the stars, but your hands grasp only the dust. You may dream of 1,000,000, but you must dare to imagine 10,000,000. The true power of your mind lies not in what you believe is possible, but in what you allow yourself to envision. Why? Stop at one. Why limit yourself to the narrow confines of what others deem achievable, what society has programmed you to accept? The ceiling they tell you is your limit, your ultimate success, is nothing more than an illusion, an invisible barrier you have agreed to believe in. You must shatter this illusion. Your ceiling must not be your limit. It must be your starting point. When you dare to think bigger, you open the floodgates of possibility. You free yourself from the chains of the ordinary and step into the realm of the extraordinary. The world is not constrained by the smallness of your vision. It expands to meet the size of your dreams. If you dream of 1,000,000, you will find yourself perpetually reaching for just that. But if you dream of 10, of 100, of 1,000, you will stretch your reality to encompass that vastness. This is the nature of great ambition. It does not play within the bounds of the possible. It rewrites the very rules of possibility. When you think in grand categories, you create a new field of play, one where your limitations dissolve, where your potential becomes limitless. Your ceiling, it must become your floor. And once you reach that floor, you will see that it is not the end, but the beginning. You will realize that greatness is not reserved for the few, but for those who are unafraid to dream beyond the horizon, beyond the boundaries of conventional thinking. Think in grand categories, for the world will not shrink to fit your vision. It will expand to meet your audacity, your courage, your refusal to settle for the smallness imposed by others. Dare to dream the impossible. And in doing so, you will create a reality that reflects the boundless ambition of your soul. You are a slave to your excuses, shackled by the feeble whispers of your mind. I'm tired, you say. It's too hard, you tell yourself. Not today, maybe tomorrow. These are not just words. They are the chains that bind you, the invisible walls that keep you from breaking free, from claiming your destiny. Every time you give in to these excuses, you surrender a piece of your potential, a piece of your greatness. Your excuses are not your friends. They are not your protection. They are your silent enemies, lurking in the shadows, waiting to steal your future. They are the voices that tell you to quit, to rest, to wait for the perfect moment, the moment that will never come. They are the whispers of your fear, your doubt, your weakness, and they are poisoning your soul. Be ruthless with them. Cut them down without mercy, without hesitation. Do not let them linger in your mind for even a moment longer than necessary. The moment you give them space, they grow. They breed more excuses, more reasons to hold back, to settle for less than you deserve. Excuses are not the language of greatness. They are the language of mediocrity. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must abandon the comforting lies of your excuses. The road will be difficult. It will be painful. You will grow tired. You will face setbacks. You will question yourself. But that is the price of greatness. That is the path you must walk if you are to transcend the limits of the ordinary and carve your own path in the world. Each excuse is a choice you make. Choose to silence them. Choose to face the discomfort, the struggle, the uncertainty. They are the fire through which your greatness is forged. It is through embracing the difficulty, the challenge, and the pain that you will build the strength to rise above it. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment will never come. You must create it. You must choose to act, to move forward, to push through the discomfort, to rise above the excuses. Be ruthless with them. Cut them off at their roots, and in doing so, you will unlock the power within you to achieve the impossible. Only by being merciless with your excuses will you free yourself from their grip and step into the life that you are meant to live. You are obsessed with the destination. You gaze endlessly at the prize, fixated on the moment you'll finally reach your dream, convinced that when you arrive, everything will change. But what if I told you that the destination is but a fleeting moment, a brief flicker in the vast expanse of time? What if I told you that the true treasure, the true value, lies not in the arrival, but in the journey itself? The world teaches you to chase the end result, to measure success by the final outcome. But this is the trap. The moment you reach the summit, the moment you touch the goal, you will find that it is not as glorious as you imagined. It is a fleeting moment, and then you are left to wonder, what now? It is the journey that shapes you. It is the struggle, the triumphs, the failures, the lessons learned along the way that will leave their mark on your soul. The difficulties you face, the obstacles you overcome, the sacrifices you make, these are the things that will define you. They are the true rewards, for they are what transform you into the person capable of achieving your dreams. When you are so fixated on the goal, you miss the beauty of the path. You overlook the growth, the wisdom, the strength you gain with every step. The path is where you discover who you truly are, where your limits are tested and surpassed, where your character is forged. Your dream is important, yes, but it is the journey, the sweat, the tears, the relentless pursuit that will shape you into someone worthy of it. Do not rush toward the goal, for in doing so, you rob yourself of the essence of the experience. Embrace the path, relish the struggle, for it is in the struggle that you will find the true meaning of success. When you reach the destination, you will realize that the journey itself was the most valuable part. It is the journey that will stay with you long after the goal has been achieved. It is the journey that will give you the strength to embark on new quests, to continue your pursuit of greatness, knowing that the value was never in the destination, but in the becoming. So walk the path with purpose, with passion, with patience, for when you reach the end, you will see that the journey was the reward all along.